Okay, Sunday sword all ready to go, nice and clear. Just making sure our volume is fine. Everyone having a good weekend. Okay, let's see. Uh-uh. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. I am. Okay, there we go. Hello. Okay, there. Volume was. All right, we're set now. Okay, we'll continue on with the next techniques. Okay, even if you're feel like you might not want to do this form, but you still can practice the techniques. Yeah, the form is just there to help practice your techniques. And if you're just joining us now, it's the four corner sword form is focused on the four corners of like the room, and then the small area. It's perfect to practice your sword, especially with these longer forms. It walks and moves, so this is perfect. You're moving around in a small area and getting used to it with your sword in a small area too. So it really helps with getting used to your surroundings, being aware of what's around you. Okay, because that's a key point. A lot of the sword, it's easy to practice outside. Okay, and even if you had like a staff or something, it's open area, so everything goes. It's when it comes down to the smaller area that this can change. So you'd be more aware of what can you use in a small closed-in room or hallway, and that can really change the style. If you don't practice for that, then it can really hinder you from moving forward too. Okay. All this again, I showed you like the sword fingers. It's another way of practicing indoor and focusing with your energy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the next techniques, it's quite simple because you're focusing on the chopping and the lifting. Okay. And what we're gonna do is um, we finished off with the thrust forward, the lifting, and then the point. Okay. So from here, we're gonna do a draw up. Okay. So your draw up is gonna look like after the point, the draw up is gonna come up. Okay. So you're drawing up. As we drawing up, our intention is here and can be here. Okay. So always remember there's always more than one way to do one technique. And a lot of it affects or it changes because of the intention of it going forward or like a cut or blocking, yeah, as a defense. Okay. So those two things can really switch real quick, and that's your main ones. There's little subtleness and different things, but okay. So if I go like this and I drop back, it's like I'm moving back and I'm cutting up. Okay, we can bring up as a defense because the sword maybe went down, yeah, and then they blocked and covered us, and this starts to slide up towards our face. Okay. So if I don't move, it goes straight up here. If I move up, then it goes up. Okay. So anytime we lift the sword, we don't want to just go like this. Our angle, see the angle? And we're always protecting our head. Yeah. So that's the reason for these higher angles. Yeah. If you ever get like, ugh, it's not the same. Yeah. For protection, it goes up more. Okay. That really makes a difference. So this is the slide up and drawing back up. Yeah. Okay. Now after that, we're gonna learn to bring it down. So we're gonna do a wrist roll. Okay, so it's like this, and a straight chop down and lift. Okay. So just like all those other forms, and we practice the way CC, just like when you draw and you go up, yeah, it's still in the techniques within the forms. Okay, so by doing that, it helps you move forward into anything else you learn, yeah, because it's gets similar, it's familiar to other techniques. Okay, now as we do the form, okay, so I'll go through the beginning real quick. Getting your corner set, your back set, open up. So one and three. So one, two, three. Okay. Three, three, yeah. Brush to one. Back. Still pointing at one. Bring it in. So roll in. Grab your sword. Thrust forward. So we're still going towards our one. Draw up and point. Yeah. Point. Okay. So from here, this is a new technique. We're gonna draw up. Boom. Okay. Boom. Now we're gonna step. So you can bring your feet closer. And I want you to give your attention to corner two. So one and two. And as we step up here, you're gonna bring it straight down and chop and lift. Okay. So let me just do this angle so you can see. So after the point, lift up, step, and chop and lift. Okay. Chop. Okay. In a way, the nice thing about keeping the momentum is we're not trying to stop real hard. Yeah, you still get that motion of wow, but having a momentum of I'm just going to move up or adjust to the different angle. I can come down if something happens or you need to move again. I'm already boom. Okay. A nice thing it can be when we go slow, we're lifting. Okay. It can be quick, like whoa, and that's the flinch, which is interesting because you normally might just like whoa or move like this, but if you flinch and have something that protects you at the same time, it can really change the how you react to things. Yeah, boom. Okay. Now with the momentum of going down and coming back up, you don't wait to wow and then go up. When we go slow, we're practicing. As soon as it's down and you start to lift up, the blade, the sword will move down, and then you're already moving up. So it's a nice thing. It's like a bounce. Okay, that's where that name comes in, where it starts to looking like the phoenix swing because a lot of the techniques can flap. Yeah, wow, wow. Okay, so by doing this and we're letting the momentum go, you'll notice the weight in the wrist and the hilt. Yeah, it gets lighter because you're not keeping the weight there like wow, and the energy goes shoo. It's like it goes here and I'm already lifting the sword and the weight just adjusts and it changes. Yeah. Okay. So this hilt, this is how you start using the heavy swords later on, and it doesn't feel as heavy because you're using the momentum of the motion, even when you swing, even those huge uh two-handed swords like real big. After a while, they start to really use the momentum, and it doesn't come as heavy. Okay. So now back to our new technique. So after the point, you draw up. Okay. As we draw, we're not drawing with the blade like this. Okay, it can be as a cut. It's gonna turn up. Okay, so earth blade turn up to heaven. Okay, and if so happen you miss with the heaven and earth, I do have a video focusing on just the heaven and earth blade. Yeah, so up, let it turn, let it turn, step, and chop down. Okay. So hopefully it can be it can nicely mirror if you see me too. Yeah, it's should be good because the main thing you're it's called a corner. Okay, so you start off with your left side, 1 and 2. That's your target point. Yeah, boom, boom. Now if your room is a lot wider, it's still fine. Yeah, you still can bring it as a corner. Yeah? If it's real big, you just find a spot that represents the corner to you of your um, room. Okay, and that goes back to the beginning. Yeah, focusing here. Okay, so here, chop and lift, chop and lift. So come down, boom, boom, boom. So it can be all one movement. It's just you break it down. It can have one. If you break it down even more, it can be one, the cut, the block, okay, the turn, the roll over, and down and lift. But so for form, it's just one continuous movement. Okay, let's see if I can do this a lot closer. So from here, come up, boom. Okay, feel the turn over. See this? This matters, yeah. It's like, okay. Adjust as it adjusts, it just rolls over, and then you lift. Let's see if we can do one more. Okay. After a lift, in the in this form, you're gonna have a lot of cover. Okay. So again, I focused on cover in another video, just on top of that. So if you want to get more detail, you can look that up too. But the cover is covering something. Okay. So a lot of covering means this can turn over. So your flat blade on top, yeah, on top, on top, on top, meaning cover. Okay. So after the lift, this can be the cover. The cover comes over. Okay. At the same time, it's going to blend into the slice. Okay. So together, it's going to be like a wrap. Okay. The wrap is the circling movement. As we practice these, yeah, you're wrapping around the wrist. Okay. So you're looking for that point. Okay. A lot of these techniques are meant for disarming. They're not meant to, you know. You get this thing out of the hand, then it gets less dangerous. Yeah. That's one thing about a weapon or something. They might not know anything, but just holding that stick can really change the level of their danger. So yeah, so to speak. Okay. So if you still practice a lot of hand and then somebody just grabs this long stick or depending on the instrument, it can really change. Yeah. Okay, coming back. So after the lift, wrap around. So cover, wrap, and then right into the slide. Okay. Slide. Now, as we're doing it, we're focusing on number 2 corner. So our right side here. Okay. And when we start to cut and slide, We're also using the room, the wall as a line alignment, yeah. So the wall in front of you is straight, yeah. As we cut, we're cutting like the wall. So this, now you don't have to be 100% perfect to the wall like this, but the idea and the feeling is you're cutting with the wall and you're lining up. Okay, so you're running. So say like this the wall, and you're coming up, and then you're running like this against the wall, yeah. And you're gonna connect the two to your one. Okay, so this is how it looks like. After we bring it up, we turn, chop, we lift. Okay, kind of come down and lift forward. Okay, cover and wrap and slice. Okay, I'll keep it down to 2 words now. So wrap, slice, right there. So, so. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the distance. If it goes, the person's more farther, it will come out more. If it's close, you bring it in. Okay. The tip is the distance. So, shoo. Okay. There's a lot in this technique. So, it's not just a. The slice will never go far in that sense, because this, remember, we're still at a two, so that means our person, an opponent, is still there in that sense, yeah, in that direction. Okay. So if I'm cutting like this and the target's there, I'm passing my target way too much, so I'm not gonna overcut unless he's on the other side. Yeah. So again, cut and slice. We're gonna do one more cover and slice. So from here, up, lift, wrap it around, slice. Okay. Now watch this. You're gonna bring it over. So cover, cover. Okay. So that gives you a good example of the blade turning over, turning over. Okay. Turn it over, and then from the one, because you reached our one more way to line the back of the hilt and the tip. Yeah. First we understand the tip. Now keep in mind of the back too. So here, that's your corner. Bring it over. Boom. Face your one corner. Okay. And think of this, your one and back to our three again. Okay. So at the beginning of our form, it's gonna play with the one and three and then start adding the twos, and then you're gonna come to a four. Okay, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Up, wrap, slice. Okay, now bring it over. Okay, don't have to go fast, just bring it over. Okay, so you're at the one, and then slice and draw it back. Okay, draw back. Okay, so from the new techniques, just from today, from the point, draw up, turn, roll, down, up, wrap, slice, turn over, cover. Okay, and make sure your feet is lining up with your back three, and slice back. Okay, slice back. Now the double side with this is the blade in front as you go back. Okay. The other intention is the hilt. Boom. That's the bump. Okay. A lot of times we so focus on the front that we forget the back. And sometimes we can get tangled up with the sword. So select the sword is the other way. And you come together, this happens a lot. Okay. So this is a sword. That's the other side of the hilt. You might be playing too much and, and you're facing the person too, and your hilt is facing the person too, and we forget to go boom. You know, this is right there. Okay. Because everybody's against the sword, like ah, and then it's right there, and you can easily go boom. Okay. So come here, slice, and as you finish, boom. Okay. So this is how it looks like close, right? Slice from the back, and then boom, boom, boom. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna see. If you have any questions on this, just put it down. Even if you find me later on, just put it down in the comments. So we'll bring it up. Even if it's something little, so that you might not think it's a lot, but you're still kind of thinking about it. Ask, yeah. Sometimes a little tweak can change everything. You know, just a little intention of how the movements go with the sword can really change the outcome on how it comes out when you're flowing. Yeah, because sometimes you might just like you feel the cut, but something's missing because maybe just there's no waist turning, okay, or there's no focus point. So again, with the four corners, it gives you a direct focus on the corners and your targets. One, two, and your back corners too. So you can really mix it up and change it. I'm gonna do it one more time. Do the whole thing. Centering, mark your corners. Roll it over. 3, down 1, back lift, turn, grab, thrust, okay, thrust, draw up, forward and point, okay, new, lift, draw up, turn, roll, down and lift, wrap around, slice, cover, slice back, and hit, okay. Alrighty. So again, just keep in mind with the cover. So you're going on top. Something's here, you're instantly turning. Okay. Not pushing now. Cover goes on top. Okay. If we push down, you see how it starts to grab and we're pushing the sword into us. Cover means you're kind of going on top. Okay. Even our angle of our sword can be up. See this part? Okay. So that's here. And if it does slide down, I still can go down with it. Okay. If by pushing the sword down, I'm covering it and I'm helping the sword, and see how the sword goes down towards me? No, no. Cover means on top. Okay. Cover is also touching. So it's like doing the jigsaw or sticking. So you're starting to stick to the sword. We'll get more into that later on with the sword sensitivity training and so. But same as sticking and touching and feeling, yeah. So you can adjust and move. The other thing is to keep in mind the cover. We did a slice, cover, and the hilt. So slice here, the back is to cut, and the back is to hit. Okay, boom. Okay, So it's basically a back, or you're knocking on that door. Yeah. Boom, boom. Okay. And that can catch a lot of people because a lot of people might be like, you're tangled up. Yeah. And it's so funny. This is in front of the person's face, but you're still thinking over here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Let us bring it down and cool down. Centering. Uh, okay. Appreciate you guys joining me for Sunday training and doing some sword. Might have a special guest next week. There's a This sword form can be practiced with different types of sword too. Yeah, you can use the single hand. This one you can use the double hand too. Yeah, you can also use the katana, the the double hand sword too. Yeah. Okay. So happen if you have one on the side or something too. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Okay. Appreciate it, you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your guys' weekend. I see you next time for more sword. Lynette, thank you. Kalani, take care and stay safe. You too. Thanks, Lynette. Okay. All right. That was a sneak peek. Okay. Take care, you guys. Again, if you have those questions, put it down, yeah. Don't be shy. Thank you.